A road trip about three friends. No, siblings. Friends, siblings. अरे दोनों ही है यार. But it is filled with fun, memories and a lot of punches. Pun intended. Hi, this is Vanshika Vasundara Singh from Zoom TV. And today we caught hold of our favorite brother-sister duo, Chanchal and Chitwan. Hi Amol, hi Maanvi.
Hi, Vanshika.
how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
That was so well done.
Yeah, that was fab.
Thank you. So, how do you feel, going from this phase of anonymity to being known as Are Chandan, Are Chanchal, Are आप TVF हो क्या? अरे चितवन, मेट्रो में जाते हो, ऐसे लोकल ट्रेन में जाते हो या कभी भी कैब पकड़ रहे हो, अरे चितवन TVF कैसा लगता है?
बहुत अच्छा लगता है, of course बहुत अच्छा लगता है. इनफैक्ट मुझे याद है दिस हैपेंड विद मी. आई वाज आउटसाइड एक मॉल है बॉम्बे में, इन्फिनिटी मॉल. तो मैं उसके एक साइड पे खड़ी थी और मैं चल रही थी एंड सडनली समवन मेंट चंचल एंड आई वाज लाइक एंड आई टर्न एंड दूसरी ऑन द अदर अक्रॉस द रोड लाइक ऑन द अदर साइड देयर वाज दिस गर्ल एंड शी वेंट and I was like, oh, so sweet. And I was like, oh, and I've never had like such a loud
cute
declaration of love or whatever that was. So of course अच्छा लगता है, and I like it when people call me by my character name because I think it's one of the best compliments you can get as an actor. क्योंकि that means आप उन्होंने आपके साथ relate किया है. तो हाँ, and I think हम सब somewhere वो एक attention / recognition चाहते हैं, तभी हम इस field में आए हैं. एंड अच्छा लगता है एंड आज की डेट में तो सभी वो चाहते हैं यार विद सोशल मीडिया एंड एवरीथिंग एवरीबॉडी वांट्स टू बी
Sure.
दैट.
So,
पेट भर गया ना मेरा फेम से.
so Chitwan is my favorite character written. It's so cute. मतलब इतने प्यार से लिखा है ना वो कैरेक्टर, मतलब देख के दिल खुश हो जाता है.
नहीं लिखा है, बहुत मैजिक है उसमें.
हाँ. And so how similar are you to Chitwan or how different are you to Chitwan?
मुझे लगता था कि नहीं है सिमिलर. मैं बड़ा नर्वस भी रहता था फर्स्ट सीजन में कि कैसे होगा, ये तो बहुत ही अतरंगा कैरेक्टर है और कुछ मेरे दिमाग के अंदर के डाउट से कुछ मुझे फील होता था कि यार ना शायद सबको हल्का हल्का शक है कि ये तो बड़ा मुश्किल कैरेक्टर है, ये कैसे होगा, विल इट फॉल फ्लैट और विल इट कम आउट द वे इट कैन. ऑल्सो बिकॉज ये वैसा कैरेक्टर है जो किसी भी तरीके से प्ले किया जा सकता है. एंड आई थिंक एनी अदर एक्टर इफ दे हैड डन चितवन इट वुड हैव लुक्ड कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. चितवन हैज नो फिजिकलिटी, नो कोई भी हो सकता था. इट कैन बी वन फॉर एग्जांपल विद मी ओनली दे सेड लेट्स पुट ऑन वेट, लेट्स मेक हिम अ लिटिल चबी और शुड वी मेक हिम स्किनी, क्या उसके लंबे बाल होने चाहिए, क्या उसके छोटे बाल स्पाइकी होने चाहिए, क्या वो दाढ़ी, कुछ भी हो सकता था. एंड इवन इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्लेइंग there could be many ways to play this character. तो हर एक के दिमाग में अलग चितवन था. मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि डायरेक्टर के दिमाग में थोड़ा अलग चितवन है, राइटर के दिमाग में अलग चितवन है, सुमित के दिमाग में अलग चितवन है, मेरे दिमाग में एक अलग चितवन है और हम सब कहीं ना कहीं उन सबको मैच करने की कोशिश करके एक कोहेरेंट चीज़ बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. विच वॉज स्लाइटली नर्व रैकिंग फॉर मी बट आई फाउंड eventually I found a rhythm. On some days it was easier than other days, and I think जब वो finally बन गया first season, फिर वो जब आया और फिर जो उसका acceptance था of that character and the kind of acceptance there was and the level of acceptance and love there was, then it became a little solid in my head. कि हाँ ये चीज़ यू ऑल्सो रियलाइज कि क्या चीज़ें वर्क की हैं, क्या चीज़ें वर्क नहीं की हैं. एंड देन इट्स इनफैक्ट आफ्टर द रिलीज व्हेन चितवन बिकेम क्लियर टू मी कि ये है ये इंसान. बिकॉज व्हेन आई सॉ हिम फ्रॉम अदर पीपल्स आईज इज व्हेन आई अंडरस्टूड हिम. टिल दैट पॉइंट मुझे नहीं पता था ये कि क्या है, ये क्रेजी है, ये पागल है, ये भुलक्कड़ है, ये बेवकूफ़ है, ये स्मार्ट है. I just had to go with the flow of the script because I mean if I started thinking about why is he like this or why is he saying this, तो मैं तो वैसा लॉजिक में ही फंस जाता जो वो कैरेक्टर में नहीं है. and somehow I had to become like that कि यार लॉजिक छोड़ दो यार, छोड़ दो लॉजिक, नहीं ढूंढना है लॉजिक. and I think the act of doing that, the act of playing Chitwan by throwing away logic then teaches you that sometimes it's okay to throw away logic. And sometimes it's okay to not have a logical answer. It will emerge.
Yeah.
And I think that is what I learned from Chitwan, and that is how we became similar to each other eventually. Now with 3 seasons, after 3 seasons, now there's more similarity than there was.
Yeah.
I think चितवन में थोड़ा सा लॉजिक आ गया है,
हाँ.
और मेरे में से थोड़ा सा कम हो गया है, तो हम थोड़ा पास आ गए.
अरे नहीं ऐसा
Marriage
नहीं है.
between Amol and Chitwan. Yeah.
But you know, like you said, you know, it's been 6 years. It's, you know, 3 साल के gap पे हर season आया. So it, like you said, it adds. Your characters are very relatable. You know, as siblings. So do you feel the pressure कि हाँ जैसे आपने बोला कि अभी एक image बन गया लोगों के दिमाग में. So do you feel you know scared or you know do you feel थोड़ा सा you know off कि नहीं अरे ये character हमने play कर दिया है अब तो ये दिमाग में बन गया सबके but इस पे काम कैसे करेंगे हम लोग. You know, this relatable factor you have to keep, but you also have to experiment with it. How do you do that? You know, after 3 seasons.
And I think writers are doing. We are doing new things in the story, in terms of the situation. इस season में तो काफी नई चीजें हुई हैं. In fact, लोगों को शायद इसलिए पसंद आ रहा है, इसलिए लोग देख रहे हैं कि suddenly it has also surprised people कि अरे the show has taken a slightly different tone. The characters have suddenly taken a slightly different tone, but retaining the characters. in चंदन चंचल चितवन इंसान तो वही हैं, उनके साथ चीज़ें नई नई हो रही हैं या वो कुछ नए नए वो भी आगे बढ़ रहे हैं लाइफ में, उनकी पर्सनालिटी डेवलप हो रही है किसी डायरेक्शन में. बट आई थिंक वी आर डूइंग अ लॉट ऑफ न्यू थिंग्स. द राइटर्स आर डूइंग अ लॉट ऑफ न्यू थिंग्स.
So Maanvi, you know, one thing I really love about your character is that it's very relatable, you know, especially like us girls, you know, coming from small towns, you know, gonna make it big. You have this, you know, every role that you play, you have, you know, even 4 more shots came now, and, you know, you have played these characters that are, you know, very similar to each other in terms of comic timing or whatever, but they have a very different character arc. You know, it's different. So how do you feel, you know, how do you pick up the elements कि अच्छा इस character को उससे different कैसे बनाऊँ मैं, even though there is a lot of similarity.
So I think the comic element, comic timing is what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
But no, but on a serious note, I think so. A lot of it is in the writing. You know, there's a lot of the material is there. Not just how they react, but how they talk and stuff. Of course, you give it your own touch, you give it your own flavor, but then you also kind of define it in your own heads. Like for me, for example, Chanchal is somebody who's from, for example, I'm talking strictly in terms of language. She's somebody from the north. She studied there. Wherever, like I said it was easier for me to play Delhi because I'm from Delhi. So I said, you know, she's probably studied in Delhi, and then she went to college somewhere in Bombay. And then like met Pranav, then has gotten married to him and gone to this Rajwada household, royal household, and so hers is like a mix of North plus a little Bombaya Hindi plus like North, you know, so which is pretty much what I am. Like my language, my Hindi is like that. Ekdam aisa, even English is
Delhi
like
and
it's got
Bombay.
a touch of Delhi and Bombay. तो वो I brought in for that. For Siddhi, for example, she's a South Bombay girl, so वो तो fully Bombay है, you know, and like her like there'll be so many words that she'll never use, you know, और जो शायद चंचल करे, and so things like that. I think वो तो हम खुद लाते हैं in the character, and then everybody kind of comes on board saying हाँ yes, this is working or this is not working. So yeah, I think those, and then other things you work on, emotionality, like how expressive would this person be. And things like that, yeah.
So pandemic के बाद things are finally settling by God's grace, you know, touch wood. Did you get to reflect on your choice of scripts and characters? Like you don't want to play a Chanchal, you know, again, or Chitwan again. You want to experiment, but you also want to keep the hype up of your previous characters, or you know, keep up with the going on trend that you can't do something mediocre. Now you have to, you know, go with the audience, what the audience wants. So did you look back at that?
You added one layer in this gap. Yet you want to keep up the hype of the previous character. Oh,
बताओ फिर टफ कर दिया उसने.
तो आप बताइए.
यार स्पेसिफिकली चितवन वाली प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती है because it's a very rare character anyway. It is not, if you see, it is a kind of character that you don't see in other places also. There are attempts, to write a character like that. You know it. You sometimes know कि अच्छा ये ना कुछ
Yeah.
चितवन जैसा लिखने की कोशिश की है. But it is such a tricky character to even write that it just mostly doesn't fly. It's a very difficult character to write in a way where it flies with the audience, where they actually buy everything that this character does. तो वो बहुत रेयर है कि ऐसे कैरेक्टर चितवन तो वापस नहीं आता है मेरे पास ज़्यादा, या चितवन नहीं होता है, वो अटेम्प्ट एट चितवन होता है. तो वो मेरा प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. वो हो सकता है कई बार कि एक जॉनरा में आपको लग सकता है कि यार यू नो नाउ सम पीपल आर थिंकिंग दैट he's very good at comedy, but maybe they're not sure about what all other things I can do. But thankfully, I think at least given the kind of work that comes to me, it has pretty been a wide variety. तो मुझे लगा था कि ऐसा हो सकता है, but ऐसा नहीं हुआ मेरे साथ thankfully. And I also then over last 3-4 years I've done different kinds of things. So now मेरा खुद का डर भी चला गया. अगर वो कुछ मेरे को भी डाउट था तो वो चला गया कि नहीं अब तो मैंने कर लिया है. अब तो मेरे पास एक्चुअली पीपल नो मी फ्रॉम 2-3-4 डिफरेंट थिंग्स एंड दे आर ऑल डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ईच अदर. सो होपफुली देयर इज नो वन इन एनी रूम सिटिंग एंड थिंकिंग दैट आई कांट डू समथिंग एल्स देन कॉमेडी और समथिंग स्पेसिफिक.
रोने में मजा ज्यादा, रोना ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है या हंसाना ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट है?
हंसाना for sure. रोना is I mean मजा बहुत आता है as an actor. मतलब हाँ as an on camera रोने में मुझे personally बहुत मजा आता है.
You just vent out all your feelings.
Yeah, it's and then you just like it's beautiful. Also I like even even while watching I like if an actor cries well, for me that's a good actor. तो वो but I think it's harder to make people laugh because also इतने takes you know you may have a great sense of humor. It's not a comment on your sense of humor. But then to keep repeating it, then वो तो real life
हंसी आ जाती है.
नहीं होता है ना, वो नहीं flat हो जाता है, वो humor ही चला जाता है
क्योंकि
उसमें.
आपने रीडिंग में 4 बार पढ़ लिया जोक, रिहर्सल में 3 बार बोल लिया जोक, तो वहाँ तो कोई नहीं हंसने वाला है. जैसे इमेजिन लाइक ये यहाँ पे 6 लोग सेम जोक सुन चुके हैं. मैं तो सुबह से सेम जोक मार रहा हूँ ना, वो थोड़ी हंस रहा है कोई यहाँ पे.
हम तो बहुत हंसते हैं.
आप हंस रहे हो, आप पहली बार सुन रहे हो, वो सुबह से सुन रहे हैं मेरा सेम जोक, तो वो नहीं हंस रहे सेम जोक्स पे. So what happens on the set is that it's not nobody laughs. So you have to imagine that I will say this joke and then 6 months later somebody will be sitting at his or her home and they will laugh at this joke. So you have to have that kind of faith in that joke or how you deliver that joke. Even stage पे आपको लाइव पता चलता है कि हाँ मैंने आज सही से नहीं बोला क्योंकि 4 लोग हंसे, आज मैंने सही से बोला क्योंकि 8 लोग हंसे. बट वहाँ आपको पता ही नहीं है, आपको पता चलेगा 6 महीने बाद जब आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. You can't go back and change what you did. So it can be a little tough.
So कभी ऐसा लगता है कि I wanted to do this one particular scene, talking about tripling, I wanted to do this one particular scene very perfectly, but वो हुआ नहीं. या बहुत मेरे को अपना 100% देना था, but you just couldn't give it. कि अरे ये इस पे सबसे ज्यादा देना था, मैंने सोचा था ये तो एकदम परफेक्टली करूंगी या करूंगा, बट वो हुआ ही नहीं. कभी ऐसा लगा ट्रिपलिंग में?
All the time. नहीं, not just ट्रिपलिंग, मुझे तो in general pretty much every scene में लगता है कि अरे यार I wish we had that, like we had more time. थोड़ा कई mostly time की वजह से ही होता है कि अच्छा नहीं हो गया. कई बार it is like you are not being able to, like you feel like I can do, नहीं मुझे ये करना, अरे नहीं हो रहा है यार, क्यों नहीं हो रहा. और कई बार होता है that you've done it in a previous take and you're trying to replicate that but it doesn't happen for whatever reason. कई बार आपने बहुत अच्छा take भी दिया होता है but they'll put another take. They'll put another like on the edit table for technical reasons, क्योंकि कुछ भी continuity का, कभी कुछ ये वो, कई बार they stick to it also, और continuity goes for a toss, but you are like अरे सही take अच्छा हुआ. So it's actually so many different factors, right, like that come into play when you're acting, and then what you see from the time you act to what you see on camera, on screen. तो लगता है हर चीज में लगता है ये बेटर हो सकता था, ये यहाँ पे ये हो सकता था. तो मुझे तो I'm constantly like that. It's like how you talk and you have an argument with a friend and then you go back and you're like, oh shit, I should have said this in that argument, and then all the best comebacks
every day in the shower.
Yeah, all the time. So it's that meme only which is like replicated on set, I think.
Me arguing with my shampoo bottles.
Yeah.
So Maanvi, you are an inspiration for so many girls. Your
right.
body your body positivity and the way you slay on social media.
Yes.
But do the negative comments really affect you? Like abhi to itne zyada aate hain, but do you read them?
I read. I used to read everything. Maybe I read a lot. I haven't reached that stage where there's so many that I don't have the time to read any of them. But I've stopped. Like for example, I've stopped reading my mentions on Twitter. That's something that I've detoxified out of my life. But like on Instagram, I'm pretty active. So yeah, but they don't. I also there are some even like bad comments have degrees, right? Like there are some comments which are just they're just they're saying it because they just want to say it. Like something they'll say something really
Just want
random.
an attention कि हमें mention करके reply कर दे.
I don't know whether it's attention or just because they like बस कुछ तो बोलना है
Time pass है,
time
attention
pass है,
है.
मजे आ रहे हैं, चुल whatever, I don't know. So they'll say that. Okay, then there are some which are like oh you did I mean there's some reasoning to it, as warped as it might be, but there's some because you said this on that panel or because you portray this and whatever. तो उनका भी मुझे लगता है यार इसमें तो आइडियोलॉजिकल डिफरेंस है, इसमें भी क्या आर्ग्यू करूं like because over a comment on Instagram he's not going to change, he or she is not going to change their mind. So then I'm like okay वो भी that's also that gets, so there's literally very few people जो genuinely ऐसा बोलते हैं ना कि Maanvi like I'm a big fan or whatever, I like this, I just didn't like this part or whatever, and then I like engage with them because then I'll be like hey you know what, like this is what I was trying to say or whatever, if I feel like mostly I do because I feel कि वो भी तमीज़ से बात कर रहे हैं, मैं भी I mean there, and the whole idea of social media is that you're in direct touch with fans and your friends and followers, so why not make the most of it, तो वो मुझे मजा आता है, but otherwise and that's like 2% or maybe even less of all the comments negative.
So, were there things about Chanchal and Chitwan that you yourself brought to the table that no, it wasn't mentioned in the script, but it was something that no, it should be added, because I really feel that this would work, and it worked.
Yeah. चितवन को तो बहुत सारा है.
But वो तो चितवन is a playground ना anyway.
Every season
Chitwan, because it's a fun. Like even if you will be on set, na, you will also be like, what I think Chitwan में
I will definitely do that
क्योंकि
with
सब
Chitwan.
क्योंकि वो कुछ भी कर सकता है ना, तो जिसको जो चुल दिमाग में आ रहा है वो बोल देता है कि यार चितवन ऐसा कर देते हैं, ऐसा कर देते हैं, ऐसे बोल देते हैं, ऊपर से कूद जा, नीचे से कूद जा, टेबल नीचे, कुछ भी हो सकता है. So it sometimes becomes a playground. Sometimes like at least in season 1 when I was not as confident myself about the character, I had to step back and say, guys, एक second, मेरे अंदर बम फट रहा है अभी दिमाग में, रुको, let me see क्या करना है. But I think it's very small things. I mean it's so small that एकदम से मुझे याद भी नहीं आ रहा है. It's almost like कि मैं पापा ऐसे बोलूँ, वो बोले हाँ ऐसा बोलो, आप बोलोगे. So sometimes you don't even remember कि ये उन्होंने लिखा था या ये मैंने बोला, मतलब फर्स्ट सेकंड सीजन का शायद कुछ चीजें छोटी चीजें नहीं याद होंगी, like these lines and all, but it's not like we are adding scenes and we are adding some वो तो नहीं होता है, मतलब उस लेवल के एक्टर्स तो नहीं, और नहीं शायद बनना भी चाहते हैं कि आप सेट पे आके बोलने लगे कि मुझे ना आज ना मुझे लगा कि यहाँ से शूट
ये आना चाहिए.
जीजा जी को चेंज करना था, जीजा जी मजा नहीं आ रहा है.
No, but it was great. That's all from my side. It was great interviewing you guys,
you.
and I missed Sumit a lot.
We too. We missed him.
Yeah.
And congratulations on your first video interview.
What a great start.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think but we've also set a very high precedent for you. All your other interviews, I don't know if they'll match up
No,
with this.
I really hope they go well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I
thank
really
you so
hope in a few years we are like, उसका पहला इंटरव्यू हमारे साथ था.
Oh, definitely
Really
they
showing
will do
off.
that. They will do that. So, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for not ragging me.
Oh.
कट तो होने दो.
अरे नहीं यार,
ये चलता ही रहेगा.
नहीं ऐसा मत
Then
कर.
she'll be जाती, she'll be like, thanks for not ragging me. अभी घर तो पहुंच.
मैं अभी भाग रही हूँ.
Instagram पे खोल.
माइक ऐसे कैच कर रहा हूँ कि अब भागूंगी. But no, it was great interviewing you guys, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.